This is Ultimate Soccer with Soccer Steve.
There you go. That's the jacket I'm wearing for tonight. As we get into the magical chair, I say hello, how you doing? And get ready. 2 games coming soon. 1 game coming November. First one coming up is Qatar, as you know, and we're going to go through quite a few things. Firstly, we're going to touch Canada because we're Canadian, and that's it. Bottom line. Now, looking at the form, Canada in... by the way, Canada's taking on Qatar in Vienna, and that's the 23rd. The stadium is where Austria do play national games, but Austria Wien, they also play there too, and it's all purple all the time. It's a beautiful stadium. Gorgeous on the outside, gorgeous on the inside. You're going to see that as we roll through. Nice picks coming, and keep it here because there's some really nice picks coming. But we're going to talk about Canada first. I mean, let's face it. 2022. What are your thoughts on 2022? Do you think it was a great year for Canada? That might sound a little obscene, right? But look at 2022. And by the way, I did say welcome, so welcome in. And got a comment, drop it down below. Yeah, you know what to do. You're a poet on the Ultimate Soccer Show, guys. Drop a comment down below. Be part of it. And if you got a question, that's where they go. Or email fifascup@gmail.com. Get used to that now. Moving to the World Cup. fifascup@gmail.com. We'll drop you the link down below. But fifascup@gmail.com. That's my email. That's where you get me. That's where I want you to send everything. Send it to fifascup@gmail.com. I'm begging you, because you'll be loving it when I reply to you and put it on the show. And listen, spread this around. Come on, let's have it. Keep spreading it. I love all you fans out there, especially when I go to football matches. I see everybody live. It's fantastic. I got mobbed at the weekend at a football match. I'll tell you about that later. But anyway, we're going to Qatar. There's a song coming out as well, World Cup song. It's been produced, it's finished, it's coming out pretty soon. You're going to hear that really soon. Not this show. We might give you a taster, but that World Cup song has been produced by Lyle, Bruce, and myself. Bruce doing a lot of the work in the studio, but keeping it here. Lots of stuff coming, all World Cups. I'm telling you, tell your mates, get your buddies onto this channel. UltimateSoccerShow.com. UltimateSoccerShow.com is online. The Ultimate Soccer Show here on YouTube, or basically Ultimate Soccer Show will get you there. Just think Ultimate Soccer Show, this is where you get it. Now, we've got this big game coming up in Vienna, 23rd, against Qatar. There's a few things you're going to get shocked about when I talk about Qatar. I'll tell you what, you really want to hang around. Don't jump off now. When it comes to Qatar, we got some massive stuff. You'll be like, really? I never thought about that. Yeah, we're going to make you think about that. Now, let's start talking Canada. Yeah, let's start talking Canada. 5 games, 3 wins in 2022. I said it was an obscene to say, did we have a good year? Of course we had a good year. We got to the World Cup. But look at the games we've had. And look at the year we've had. We haven't had all the games filled. And we haven't had all the games. And we won 5, drew 3 on the year. Not bad. But it could have been better, you know. But getting into these next few games, friendlies and the World Cup. Oh, I tell you what, jeepers, creepers. I can't wait for that bloody World Cup. I'm like, I'm pumped up now for it. I mean, it could start right now and I'll be quite happy, but let's face it, 62 days to go to the World Cup. Oof, I tell you, 2 months we'll be there. Now, 5-3. Not a bad record. Take a look at the form when it comes up and you'll see where the form stands as we move through, right? But you got to say, the other thing before we get into a little too deep in Canada is we've gone down a few places in the rankings. We've gone from 38 to 43. Now, before that, the last ranking situation, remember? We were 33, yeah? Now we're 38 after that. And then we get to this ranking structure, and we go down another 5 places from 38 to 43. Still respectable. Hey, still respectable. Let's face it, we used to be 150 billion. Now, 43. I really don't want it to keep going up 5 every ranking. I'm sure you don't too. But if you look at it this way, we, Canada, have gone down 10 places since we qualified pretty much. Interesting, hey? Wait till I tell you about Qatar, because that really pisses me off, because I like honesty, and I like integrity, and I like the truth out there. And if I don't see the truth, I'm going to go digging, and I'll find it, and I'm going to tell you about Qatar here pretty soon. You'll be like, really? And it's all right out there for you to see. It's on the internet. You can read it any day of the week. You can see what's going on with this. And I've been watching them for quite some time. But sticking to our guys, Qatar is in the background. Canada's first. 2022 form. Like I say, take a look at yourself. When the picture comes up, it's up for 3 seconds. Just press pause, take a look, come back at me. I'll be here waiting for you. Right, so you've seen the form there. Not so bad, hey? With the games coming through, you now see what we got ahead of us. You knew what was coming ahead. I know you know the games, but now you've got it out there laid for you. You can see what's going on. And quite frankly, I'm a happy guy with our team. I'm a happy guy with the form, but I think these next 3 games are going to help us even more. We've got to arrive at the World Cup gliding, peaking when we get to the World Cup. We don't want to get to the World Cup with some terrible form, because if we play badly in these next 3 games, we will reach the World Cup with bad form. Done deal. But if we keep it together and start playing the inventive football that Johnny Herdman has had this team playing, and the great wing play and the safe defensive play, no tic-tac-toe crap, just straight out to the wide side, get it clear. Goal kicks, halfway up the field. That's why Bourgeon is pushing them balls to the half side, unless it's an easy pass out from the goal kick. But he doesn't let us piss around at the back. It's a great idea. It keeps it safe. No stupid goals get coughed up. So we play a little bit of long ball out of defense. You're going to watch other teams worldwide do that, because a lot of teams worldwide cough up so many stupid goals in their own zone. It's embarrassing. And these are professional footballers, right? And at the international level, it's even more embarrassing when you do something stupid like that, like cough up a goal on your own line. So look for teams to start playing the ball more long into the halfway of the field, like they used to do when they played real football. Yeah, funny I say that, but you're going to see a lot of teams get away from the short passing. You'll see a lot of teams with the big players, you know, the massive teams in the world, they'll still play like that all the time because they have skill. The smaller teams in the world don't. And for that reason, that's why so many goals get coughed up by defenders. Anyway, sticking to Canada, the World Cup squad came out. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, we've got a great squad. And most of that squad, you probably picked yourself. And I picked all of that squad. And I remember a couple of the guys, Waterman for one. People are like, no way, no way. And the biggest one of all, I said, Luka Koleosho. We got to badge that guy. We got to get him in the team. He's going to the World Cup. Isn't it funny that I brought that up and I was getting murdered online for that? I'm not getting murdered for that now, and I don't want to take any glory about it, but I picked the squad, man. So go up on them videos down below. Check the videos down below. There's all them videos of the squad. Check it out. See what you like. See what you don't like. Put your comments down below. There's going to be a lot of links down below on this show. I'm telling you that. But Luka Koleosho, he's in the team, and I told you he would be. And I'm loving it that he is, because if you have not seen this guy play and you don't know anything about him, he's got great feet. He's got a great strength on the ball. He plays offensive when he needs to. He's very safe and controlled when he needs to play the defensive mold. So he's a two-way player. He's got strength on the ball that is much bigger than his size. And for his age of 17, he's playing like a 27-year-old. I watched him a few times, and I like his brain as well. He knows where the ball needs to go now. He's got a great depth touch. So skill is about his game. He's definitely a very skillful player, but it's the brain I love about this young guy. And as he excels, he's going to get even better. But the World Cup squad, did you get them all right? Did you get any of them wrong? Were you like me? You got the whole squad? Like I say, videos down below, guys. Check them out, and you'll see what I picked for the World Cup squad. And gotta say, there's a show coming about a secret weapon for Canada. National team at the World Cup. It's a tactic that I've seen that we need to use. That's a show coming. Don't forget that one. Canada's secret weapon that's coming soon. Oh, did I tell you about the World Cup song as well? That's already produced. That's coming very, very soon. Really. Oh, subscribe and like and pass this on to your mates. Please share. Really, let's pump this up. World Cup's coming. We need to grow. And we really need to grow. I'm telling you guys, let's have it. Let's really have it. You can tell I'm a bit pumped. You can tell I'm a little excited. But this is how I go when the World Cup is coming. You know, I'm not sitting on a TV set. I'm sitting on my set. I'm sitting on your set. This is public station soccer. We got no rules here. We just know respectability, knowledge, how to have fun, and a little bit of sarcasm. And that's what we're all about. And we're a family. So we've got so much more freedom and things we can do. I tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun for the World Cup. And I'm literally telling you, pass this on to your mates because we're going to grow. So as for Canada, you've heard a little bit about it. Moving into the game, I'm going to tell you that after I talk about Qatar. because you need to hear about Qatar coming soon. So Canada, quite happy about it. I'm loving the squad. I'm loving where we're at. We need to arrive on good form. Remember, we need to peak when we get to the World Cup. If we do that, we give ourselves a good chance against the two top dogs, Belgium and Croatia. Let's not forget Morocco. That's a fine team as well. But Morocco, you'll hear about as well very shortly in the Qatar talk. This is going to open your eyes, man. You won't believe this about Qatar, but it's all true. You can read it online. I'm going to show it to you right now. Qatar's coming next. Now, with Qatar, I say this much. You look at our FIFA ranking. Remember, we are now 43, okay? We are CONCACAF champions, and we're 43 in the world. We have beaten international teams and only international teams, right? Now, remember that. Qatar, right? They're ranked 48 in the world. Now, historically, they have been ranked 50-odd years ago, like many years ago. The Qatar football goes like zig, zag, zig, zag. That's how their form book looks over time. And then normally they're zagging into the lower numbers, yeah? They really should be about 100. They really should be about 100, if not worse right now. After what I tell you, and when you see the form, you're going to realize, how the hell are they 48? The reason why they're 48 in the world is because FIFA does that to every host that has a crap record. And I say crap because they do, and I'm going to unearth it. FIFA always pump up the host. Remember South African World Cup when South Africa got pumped up pretty much to the same levels that Qatar is getting now? And they don't normally occupy these spaces. Qatar's 48 in the world. And I say never in a million years. Never in a million years should Qatar be 48. No disrespect to Qatar and no disrespect to the team, but realistically, we're not going to look at 48 for Qatar and say, yeah, that's definitely the right number, because it's not. It's definitely not. Canada plays international teams. You heard me say that, right? Qatar, take a look at the form right now. Take a look at that form now. When you look at that form, you see 13 games. You see 5 of those games against international teams. Bulgaria, Jamaica, Slovenia, Ghana, and Morocco. Qatar played Morocco and tied 2-2. That might interest you. That's a good result for Qatar. It's not a terrible result for Morocco, but it's a bit of a surprise. But that's 5 of the international games they played. In the other 8 games, they played club teams. Club teams, not international teams. And they're getting graded for them games for FIFA points? I'd hope not. But when you look at their position in FIFA standings, they must be. Because otherwise they have no form. And they've played 8 club teams. They even lost to a Northern Irish soccer club, the Northern Irish Premier League team, Linfield FC. Power to Linfield. Power to Linfield. Beating a national team, that is like, you're going to take that to the grave and you'll never forget it. And it's going to be something of Irish history, or Northern Irish history. Northern Ireland, absolutely there. But Linfield Football Club, great game, great result, kicked your asses. And you know, that shouldn't have happened. Now, 8 games against club teams, 5 games against international teams. They're working their structure, working their rankings, and they keep going up. And you're losing to club teams, or you're drawing to club teams. I think they beat maybe 1 or 2 of the club teams, two that they played with from Slovenia. No disrespect to Slovenia, but 2 of the teams with Slovenia. I think they got a draw with the Slovenian national team too. They got a lot of draws against those club teams. Some of them teams they didn't even score on. A full international team would have wiped the floor with all of those club teams. Qatar didn't. So again, their form. The form is not great. The rankings look like they're on fire. And FIFA's pumping up their numbers to make it look respectable for them to be the host. And that's really what the number 48 is all about with Qatar. You can say I'm talking nonsense, but when you really do your research, you'll know that I'm talking absolute sense and absolute fact. And that's why I got a little bit of bee in my bonnet that they get ranked so high and everybody else gets ranked correctly. Yeah? Take a look at it. Read it up. You'll see what I'm saying. But the ranking structure definitely ain't right. It definitely ain't right. Now, as for the game, Team Canada against Qatar, I fully expect a top team to be turning out against Qatar. Otherwise, why do it? Secondly, there's no rush to give people too much time. We need to get that team, like I say, arriving at Qatar, peaking in form. Play your top team now against Qatar. This is a game that's going to spread and breed some confidence and get that mojo, that good feel back for Team Canada that seems to be delinquent for so much time since the middle of the year, and the politics and all the games cancellations and everything. It kind of like has made a bit of a dent in all the party that we had coming out of, qualification. Everybody was well happy, yeah? So you got to think that, best team against Qatar, big win, and let's get some real power in that squad moving forward for the Uruguay game. Uruguay is going to be a totally different story. We're going to talk about that in the pre-game, coming after the post-game for Qatar. But this game, put your top team out there, go for the big result, and make sure that it happens, and make sure your tactics work this time, and don't back off, and really push Qatar into the dirt. You got to make a statement here, because they're trying to make a statement by picking us. And they're also picking Panama, Qatar, in another of their friendly games. So they're measuring themselves against us right now with those games. If you didn't realize, that's exactly what I see. They've played everybody else throughout Europe. Now they're taking over a bit of CONCACAF territory and CONCACAF teams. They're trying to figure out maybe there's a style of play with us. So Qatar's been clever with what it's done, but they've also been helped by FIFA. Don't forget that. Remember the ranking and everything else about those games? Check that form, go back, have a look at it, but you'll see what I'm saying. It all adds up, and it's been adding up for a long time, ever since Qatar got the World Cup. Seriously. But 2-0 is what we should be looking at. I think that, playing the same style that we played before will be good, but I want to see more discipline up front. Let's not be so wasteful. We've had some fantastic chances up front in the final third, and I'm not going to come down on one particular player. But if Tajon, if Johnny David, if Kyle Laring gets it all going, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And, if you can blood Cavallini in there to get him some time, get him some confidence, I wouldn't be too bad either. And also, Koleosho needs to get some walking time on that grass pitch to feel like he's part of the situation. Remember, he walked away from a training camp not so long ago. Now he's back for real. Yeah, we got to make him feel welcome. Like I say, 2-0 on the day. That's what I'm looking at. That's the start line. It could be more. I would accept a 1-0 loss. What score do you see? What score do you want? Are you happy with the squad? Are you happy with Qatar as the first game? Let me know all those things down below, guys. We're shutting this down right now, but you've got to say, as it is, take a look at some of the scenes that we're going to be going up against. I mean, look at this beautiful stadium that we're going to be playing in. Yeah, you go up there, mate. He talks a lot. He talks a lot, eh? Oh, he does. He talks a lot. Brexit. Anyway, the stadium's going to be a beautiful stadium, and we do allow our cat into the studio. There's not a problem there. There you go. And the stadium's going to be beautiful. Check it out from overhead. It's not what you might think. Check this out right now. It's kind of like a box. It's kind of like a small side stadium, square kind of box. But on the inside, it's very nice. And the last picture I'm going to show you is the picture that counts most of all. It's like when we get to game day, it's when our guys walk down the tunnel. When they walk down this tunnel, they're going out to play Qatar. 2-0 is what I see. Drop me your score. Drop me your thoughts on the squad, on the game, and anything else about Canada, and also on a show you want us to touch or a topic you want us to look at. But when we go through this tunnel, September 23rd, we're taking on Qatar. I'm seeing a win. I would be absolutely devastated with a loss. I wouldn't be impressed with a draw. And I think this is a game we got to make a statement. You make a statement and comment down below, guys. That's what I'm saying about the pre-game, us and Qatar, and a little bit of information that you probably didn't know before. Please subscribe, like, share, hit the notification button, come back for more. And remember, the World Cup song is coming soon. Brexit saying goodbye. Yes, he did. And I'm saying goodbye till the next time, which is going to be very shortly. World Cup song and secret weapon, tactical. Canada's secret weapon for the World Cup coming through. You're going to hear about that too. But for now, 2-0 against Qatar. That's what I'm looking at. If you've got any other thoughts, drop them down below. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And hey, stay here and pass it around. Thank you. Cheers.
The ultimate soccer show. Join me. Listen. You'll love it. Everybody does.